Good evening, believers. Hello, and welcome to the Healing Hour Live. Now, if you've never been with me before, my name is Love Coach Dasha, and I am here to help guide you down the healing path after infidelity. You have been through the trauma of being cheated on, right? And I want to help you to be able to stay and be in your relationship anyway. I know that everybody will tell you, and we're going to talk about that today, how everybody will tell you that that's a terrible idea, that you should not do such a thing, that you are going to be sorry, that you are going to be so sad about it. But I mean, if you're already sad and you haven't even lost your honey yet, I mean, how much worse could it get? Honestly, if you really want to be with your honey, there's no need to extend your sadness out. You can go ahead and be with the person that you love and just heal. That's all you have to do. You do not have to be afraid of that. You have to do the work of healing anyway. So you might as well do it with the person that you love, right? All right. So hello, Mama Con. Hey, how you doing? Glad to see you over there on Instagram. Hello. My sound's good. Are you hearing me? Things looking good? Let me know. I gotta see myself on Facebook over here. Hold up. All right. Pop up. So what I like to do is I like to tell you all the things you can do all on your own without having to try and get him to participate, not even to get him to stop yet. You may not be at the point where he has stopped yet. I'm trying to tell you that you can even heal even if you are starting from that point. Even then, I know it seems like everybody will tell you that he has to be the one to stop doing this and decide that the relationship is worth it, but he doesn't have to be. You have to be. You're the one who has to decide if this relationship is worth it, even if he is still seeing the same person right now. If you don't want them to win, if you don't want that other person to be able to have your boo, I am fully behind that. I am all about side chicks getting what they deserve. So if you do want to work it out, I'm telling you, I got the answers. I know that it's possible. All right. All right. Let's see. If you haven't checked it out yet, check me out on TikTok, Instagram, YouTube. Go like and subscribe and do all of the things for me, okay? I'm trying to get everybody up to speed. There's like 6,000 people in here. I got like 200 on Instagram. So go like my page, all right? All right. Lovely. Got everything lined up. Fantastic. So, what I like to do is I like to teach you things that you can do that are techniques to be able to overcome the actual trauma. Not if you can start to do that, then the relationship stuff will follow. The relationship stuff will follow right in line if you can possibly get yourself together, get your emotions in control, be able to decide, like we talked about last week, decide that you want to work this out, and then be able to face those fearful thoughts that come up about that topic. If you're able to do that, you're going to be able to get through this. You are going to be able to fight past all of the doubts and the fears, and you're going to get to a better place in your relationship. But you got to start with healing yourself first, okay? All right. So the first thing that I'm always going to tell you, and I always want you to do with me, is your deep breathing. Have you been doing your deep breathing? If you have not, you're doing yourself a disservice. You need to be doing deep breathing 5 times a day. Okay. We are doing this seriously. We are going hardcore for this. We are remembering it through the day. Set an alarm. Okay. Set your watch, set your clock to go off at certain times. And then no matter what you were doing in that moment, stop, sit down, exhale, blow all that carbon dioxide out of your lungs, and start to do your deep breathing. It's going to help. It's going to help bring that anxiety level from way up here, from what happened with the trauma, and start to bring it down. It's going to bring it down level by level. We got to work on that. That's not something that just happens with time. That is something that you have to actively work on. All right. So five times a day. What I do is 4-7-8 breathing. You can do whatever breathing technique you want. Look them up, Google them. Breathing techniques. There's a whole bunch of ones. You can do different patterns of the breathing. It does not matter as long as you are doing one of them. But I do 4-7-8. What we do is we blow out, make that sound, that whooshing sound. Breathe in through your nose, through your mouth, however you can do it. Hold and breathe in for a count of 4. Hold that breath for a count of 7, and then you're gonna blow out like you're blowing out a birthday cake full of candles for a count of 8. All right. Let me know if you're here. The people who are with me on Facebook, you're not giving me no love, no feedback. Let me know that you're here. Give me some likes. Give me some love. Say hi. Let me know that you're here. All right. Let me know that you're with me, and we about to do our deep breathing together. All right. All right, so we do this. We're going to do it 3 times for the sake of the time that we have. All right. So, Diana, hey girl, glad you're here. Hope everything's going well in your world with you and your honey, with your babies. Hope everything's good. All right. You ready to do deep breathing with me? Come on, do deep breathing with me. All right. So we're going to blow out. We're going to inhale for 4, hold that breath for 7, and then we're going to blow out like we're blowing out birthday candles for a count of 8. All right. If you have never done it before, trust me, do it 2 or 3 times, you'll have it. All right. All right. First things first, blow out. Inhale through your nose. 2, 3, 4. Hold it. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Blow out. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Again. Inhale. 2, 3, 4. Hold it. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Blow out. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Last time. Inhale. 2, 3, 4. Hold it. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Blow out. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Beautiful. Lovely. Thank you so much for joining me for your deep breathing. How does it feel when you're doing your deep breathing? It should be a relief, okay? It should make you feel a little bit better. You might get a little lightheaded because you have been holding your breath and not getting in enough oxygen for a minute. You may be feeling pretty sleepy. You may have all of a sudden gotten energized because all of a sudden you have all this fresh oxygen going to your brain. There are lots of different things that it does, but the main thing is that when we go through trauma, our breathing changes. We breathe more shallow. We are sipping the air instead of fully inhaling and exhaling. Hey, Vanessa. Hey, girl. Hey, how you doing? So when we are not doing that, when we are not fully inhaling and exhaling, we're not getting good oxygenation to our brains. And it is telling our body that we are in that state where we need to be on alert. We could possibly be attacked at any moment because we are doing that type of breathing. So if you switch over and do your deep breathing, you are telling your brain, no, we are not in any danger. No, thank you. I do not need that right now. And then you can calm down. You can get back in control of your body, get back in control of your emotions. You can get back in control of the body, the physical reaction, because this is a physical thing that you're going through. If you can get back in control of the physical part, then you are going to have an easier time getting control of the emotional part later on. All right? Does that make sense to everybody? Let me know. Let me know. All right. So the next thing I'm always going to tell you to do every single time I talk to you, do your journaling. Have you been doing your journaling? If you have not, I'm trying to tell you, you are missing parts of your healing, okay? You need to take time for yourself to explore your emotions, to think about them, to write them down, to pay attention to them, all right? You need time for that. You cannot just keep going to him and blabbering on about your emotions to him. That does nothing for you. The action, the physical action of writing it down takes some of the pressure out of your brain. Let your brain say, okay, she wrote it down in the special book. Oh, look, she broke the special book out and she wrote it down inside the special book. So it's there. It's there forever. I don't have to keep thinking about it over and over and over and over again. All right. We need to be writing it down. You telling him is not helping you. It's not helping. You tell me, has that helped you when you go and you yell at him and you tell him how hurt you are and you want to talk about it? Is that really helping you, or is it just starting arguments and making you feel like crap every time you do it? I know it made me feel like crap every time. So I'm telling you from personal experience and from coaching and doing this for years, write it down instead. Take 5 minutes of your time, first thing in the morning when you wake up and when you're about to go to bed at night. If you sit down with your journal and pour those thoughts out, they are out of your head. You are paying attention to them. You can go back and read them. And then, even better than that, your memory sucks when you're in trauma, right? Your memory is bad. You think it's good. You think you're remembering everything perfectly. You are not. I promise you. You are messing stuff up every single day. So if you are writing it down, you have something a little bit more reliable than your memory on trauma to depend on to give you details. All right. If you are writing down every day your date, your time, your level of anxiety, all right, this is going to be super helpful to you. You'll be able to go back and look in your journal and say, oh, every Wednesday I start to have a breakdown. Every first of the month, it starts to be a thing. Oh, hey, this me freaking out coincides with me having PMS. Oh, hell, I didn't know that until you wrote it down. You got dates and times, okay? Your level of anxiety is 0 to 10. 0 is zero anxiety whatsoever. You are great, all is well with the world. 10 is I want to rip my hair out, tear my clothes off, run screaming down the street naked. All right. That is a 10. If you are at that level, you have lost control of yourself. Okay. You're probably not sitting down writing. So don't write down that you're a 10 if you are calm enough to sit down and write. All right. You're probably a 9. But you write that down at the beginning and the end of your journaling. And when you do that, what you can do is go back and see, oh, hey, I started off as a 7 and I wrote down for about 5 minutes. And hey, I came down to a 5. That's better than I was. That's not as bad as it was feeling. Okay, I'm winning. I am doing something actively to move towards my healing. And then you feel better. And then you recognize that you do have control over feeling better. All right. Does that make sense? Let me know if I'm talking crazy. If I am speaking, Simlish over here and you don't understand what the heck I'm saying, let me know. I will go back over it for you because this is a physical thing. We got to start doing some things to alleviate the symptoms of the trauma. And your journaling is going to help with that. All right. Third thing is Thirsty Thursday. You know, I'm always going to ask you about good stuff that has happened to you this week. Share. Let me know if you're here with me now, because there's nothing on Thirsty Thursday, but you all let me know. If you are here right now and you're with me, let me know what wonderful thing happened to you in your life this week. Because it's not all bad, right? I know that the pain and the trauma wants you to believe that. I know that the pain and the trauma wants you to believe that nothing good ever happens to me. I am always suffering. It's always bad. I am always crying. I know it will tell you that, but that's not true. Your life is full of good things that you should be grateful for. If you can start focusing on the things that you're grateful for instead of the thing that has hurt you right now, you're going to start to heal. All right. When you keep focusing on the pain, when you keep focusing on the action that hurts you, that is where you stay. You're not planning for the future. You're not moving towards not hurting. You are sitting there in the pain, unpacking, trying to live there. We can't do that if we want to heal. We have to stop facing the pain and start facing the future. All right. And your future is full of lovely, wonderful things that you can be grateful for. Grateful is not a huge step from where you are. If you're kind of miserable right now, you can be grateful about something, right? There's something in your life that no matter what you can complain about, you are still feeling like, you know what? My life isn't too bad. If this thing happens to me, it can't be that bad, right? There is a thing that will get you there. So as you start to turn away from the pain and start to turn towards the things that make you feel good, that make you feel grateful in your life, you remember what it feels like to feel like that. The pain will take away all your memory of feeling good. It will make you feel like all of your feel good was fake. It didn't really exist, and you can't grasp onto it as you're dealing with the trauma. But if you can remember something that you're grateful for, you remember what feeling good feels like. You're like, okay, yeah, hey, wait a minute. I am grateful for that. And that feels good. That's not painful. I can feel something other than pain. That's what we need to be doing, okay? Constantly looking towards a better feeling than the pain that we're in. That's how you heal, all right? Caroline, hi, glad you're here. Says my weekend away was good. We're still having a few moments. However, we're getting over them so much faster, and I'm handling my triggers much better. That's what I'm talking about. It's the progress. Slow motion is better than no motion. But hey, it sounds like you're making some motion over there. That is excellent. I'm so glad for you. Aren't you grateful that you're at a better place than you used to be? And it's so much better here than it was there. Remember that, especially when things start to go left on you, because when things go right, then they start to go left. Okay, when things start to go right, those triggers come up to the surface a little bit more. So just be aware that that will happen, but you are handling triggers better now. So you are aware of what you need to do when that trigger pops up. So you got all sorts of good things to be grateful for, Caroline. I'm so excited for you. Good job. Moving forward, moving down the healing path. We don't have to be stuck in this pain forever. We do not. That is not required of you. Just because you were hurt doesn't mean that you have to stay hurt. Okay? Regina said, I started my new job, which is doing wonders for providing a good distraction. And I have a spa day planned for this Saturday. Super excited. I'm excited for you. I was sitting here fantasizing about a massage earlier today. I was like, yeah, I got to plan the next spa day. But yes, girl, get it. Treat yourself like the queen that you are. That is what the queen gets. The queen gets pampered. She gets to go ahead and do work that makes her feel wonderful. That's what we're trying to do out here. That's what I'm all for. So I'm glad that is happening for you, Regina. Good job. All right. I know Val May, I think, said last week. Oh, wait. I remember I saw that and it was too late. Somebody else had a good one from last week. Hold on. Let me look. Yeah, because I said Karen's last week. It was Valme. He said my hubby treated me like a queen throughout another round of COVID in our house, like a queen. Okay, that's what I'm talking about. You're supposed to be treated like a queen. You will be treated like a queen. The thing is, right now in the pain, you're kind of seeing yourself and treating yourself like a peasant girl. You got to start doing the good stuff for yourself that will get you back, so he can recognize that you are the queen. All right. So I am glad that he took care of you and made sure that things were easy on you while you were dealing with that. I know that sucks to have COVID. We've only had one round of it, thank you, Lord. And then we got all the vaccines and we haven't had it again, thank you, God. But it was miserable. So I know another round, that is exhausting. But I'm glad that he treated you so good and that you're getting past it now. All right. Good stuff. Good stuff. Let me check back, see if anybody else got any good stuff. Caroline, you had a massage this week. See, I'm jealous. Diana, hello, hello. Glad you're here. Hey, you got a thirsty Thursday? You got something good? Tell me something positive happening in your life, Diana. I know that's right. I'm so excited for all of you. I'm glad good things are happening. Good things do happen to you, okay? Just because this pain has come up right now does not mean that your life is not good, that you don't have wonderful things every single day to be grateful for, okay? Ah. I'm grateful for this color. I am digging this color today. I love that. That's so cute. I'm into it. That's my happiness right now. Got a little lip stain from Fenty. I'm feeling sexy today. I'm feeling gorgeous. So I'm grateful for Fenty Cosmetics and blue nail polish. All right. Let's see. Amanda peeking in. Hello, hello. Glad you're here. All right. So the last thing, of course, got to do our deep breathing, got to do a journaling, got to be grateful because that's going to help pull us out of that pain. Then the last thing that I always want to tell you, and I'm going to tell you every single week, stop asking all those questions. I promise you it's not helping you the way you think it is. I know it's a thing. You feel like you got to ask the questions, and I will tell you why you feel like that. Your brain is telling you that because it is gathering up ammo against your healing, okay? Every time you ask all those questions and get those terrible answers that make you feel like crap, you are assisting your brain in booby trapping you. All right. Stop falling for the booby trap. Okay. You got to stop. You got to stop letting your brain have its way with that. You keep on talking about the pain. You keep on visiting it. You keep on nurturing it. You keep on trying to understand it. You're not going to understand his stupid move. You're not going to understand that. After you got a little bit calmer, you can. That's part of the dream formula. But right now, stop asking all those questions. They are making you miserable. All right. So instead of asking those questions, oh, where's my questions? Instead of asking all those questions, I want you to ask something a little bit better for you. Okay. Instead of asking questions about, well, how long were you with her? And how many times did you have sex? And what positions were you in? Did you ever tell her you loved her? Seriously, we don't need that. We don't need that in our lives. You don't need to hear the answers to that. All right. I don't want you to do that anymore. I want you to start to ask better questions if you're going to ask questions. And your brain wants you to ask questions. It's part of the way that trauma works. It wants to collect information. So your brain is going to be kind of itching for questions. So instead of those, ask these. This is the and. Oh, can't see that at all over there, can you? The and. I can't see it. The and. It is the healing edition. This comes on Amazon. It's like $30. It's like 199 questions about healing in your relationship instead of about what did you do wrong. All right. We got to stop talking about what he did wrong if we want to heal from what he did wrong. Okay. We need to start to move on. I know everybody tells you that you should have all the answers that you want. You should be able to talk about it as much as you please. I am telling you that is a mistake. If you do it, it will make you last longer in the painful part. If you just say, oh, well, I must hurt, so I get to ask whatever I want to, and I just get to dwell in that forever. When you do that, you get stuck. Okay. So I'm going to tell you, stop right now, wherever you are, however many questions you have asked. I don't care if you feel like you don't have closure. You weren't going to get closure from those answers anyway. That wasn't going to happen. It was never going to happen. Okay. So you can just let it go now. You can just go ahead and start on the healing path now, moving forward. All right. All right. Tracy said August will be 2 years. Still hurts every single day, but trying to make it work. 33 years married. Girl, you've been married for 3 decades. And he didn't mess up until now. He did pretty good. He did pretty good not messing up until what, 31 years into marriage. Good Lord, what happened with him? That was some midlife crisis stuff, wasn't it? That was some he wanted to be young type of thing. That's all right. It's all right. You're getting past it. You have had decades with this person. You know this person. You can make it. I know you can, Tracy. All right. And if you need help, message me. I got some slots coming up for this week. I think all the way up until like Tuesday, Wednesday. I got some slots for a free session with me. So if you want one, you better sign up for one. Come talk to me. I'll give you a plan and help you move forward. All right. So instead of the questions that you've been asking, let me give you a couple ones from this deck. Okay. Ooh, this one might cause a little ruffle of feathers. That's all right, though. It's a simple question. What's something we still don't see eye to eye on? Right? That's not hard. That's not a terribly difficult question, is it? But it's a good one to know. What's something we still don't see eye to eye on? What's something we still don't see eye to eye on? All right? And you know there are some things, but you want to ask him that and you want to find out what he doesn't think that we see eye to eye on. You know already what you feel like that about, but you need to go ahead and, check with him and see how he's feeling about it. All right. So when does conflict arise between us and what can we learn from those moments? Ooh, I'm picking all the touchy ones today. When does conflict arise between us and what can we learn from those moments? When does conflict arise between us and what can we learn from those moments? When does conflict arise between us and what can we learn from those moments? That's a fascinating one to ask. That's a good thing. All right, this one's not so touchy. This one is, when were you proudest of me? I like that one. Think about that one too for him. When were you most proud of him? That's a good thing to know. But when were you proudest of me? You're going to like whatever you hear. Whatever you hear, you probably might surprise you. But when he's like, oh yeah, I was proudest of you when, you might find out that it was something completely different than what you would have thought it would have been. All right? So, aren't those better questions? Those are better questions than the ones you've been asking. Try to do that. Try and go about that. Amanda, what do you say? How do you go about doing what? Tell me. How you go about doing that? How you go about doing what? The dreams formula. I'm gonna assume that's the answer, but you gotta go start moving forward. You gotta start actually doing the actions of a person who is actually healed. You're right now continuing to do. Oh, private session. It's actually in the Welcome Wednesday comments above, but I will put it in the comments here in a second. All right, I got a few spaces for you. We can hook that up. You can come talk to me for sure. Because I want to talk to you. I want to help you with this. I want everybody to feel better. I want everybody to feel like they are not just stuck feeling horrible about this terrible thing that has happened to them. All right. There it is right there. That is the link. Message me, let me know. And I'll put it on my Instagram too. I'll put it in my link tree on my Instagram so you can catch it there. All right. Got a new calendar too. Got some new things lately. All right. So let's see. You're doing the dreams formula. That's what I was going to start talking about. Telling you a little bit about the dreams formula. And while I'm talking, hey, post some questions, all right? If you got a question, if you got something that's on your mind, if you're anxious, if you're stressing out, if you don't know how to handle something, message me right now, put it in the comments, and I'll answer your questions, okay? But I'll tell you a little bit about the dreams formula while I'm sitting here waiting for you to take. So last week we talked about the D, which is your decision. The D is all about you've got to make a decision that this person is worth your time and energy to stay and try and work this out. That's all about you. That's all about how you feel about your person. Now, my person, he's my honey, okay? He is my love. From the very first moment I spoke to him, he affected my heart. I knew that I could be myself around him. He is delighted by myself. I am a weird chick, and is enjoying every minute of that. And I knew he was my person, but he cheated. He had issues, he had some problems, he had some things going on, and he was a cheater. And I wasn't willing to give him up. I had made my decision, even before I realized I had made my decision, that I wasn't going anywhere because of that. I was like, no, you're just gonna have to do better. That's all that's gonna have to happen here. I'm not gonna have to be forced to give up the person that I love just because they're an idiot sometimes. Not for me. So that's what I decided. And every decision from then on is so much easier once you make that first initial decision. I am staying. You're not running me away. I'm going to get what I want. That is what you're coming from with the decision. You got to be looking towards your future, what you want to have happen in the future. Right now, we can't do anything about. That was the result of things that have already happened in the past. All right, now you are dealing with the consequences of things that have happened in the past. But at the same time, you got to look forward to your future. You got to start creating that. And if you stay in the pain, you stay in that stuck position, and you don't decide that you want to move forward, you never will. You just won't. All right. So that's the D. We talked about that last week. Let's see. Jamie, you said, I can't accept my husband's reasons for cheating, just being stupid. Should I dig deeper or just let go of it? I mean, Jamie, even if there is something deeper than that, honestly, it's still just being stupid. That was what it was. This was a stupid ass thing to do. Okay, we got to stop trying to make it be so much bigger than that. It was stupid. That's what it was. Okay, you probably know the reasons why he did this better than he does. He probably wasn't as in contact with his emotions as you probably are. You probably know things that are going on with him. You maybe know if he has had a job loss. He's feeling bad about himself. He has some depression. He has some substance abuse issues. He has physical issues. He's going through grief. He's had some kind of loss. There are all sorts of reasons that he could have done this. You probably more aware of it than he is. All right. So as it is right now, there's no need to keep on digging and trying to come up with the reasons. Your brain wants you to come up with the reason that he did this to you. You want it to make sense that he would do this to you, and it's never going to make sense. That's it. You can dig all you want to. You can dig all the way down to the bedrock. You can get to magma if you want to, but you're not going to ever come up with a reason that is acceptable to you that will let you say, oh yes, this is perfectly reasonable why he did this to me. You're not going to find that. So I feel like, no, don't even keep on doing that. Mama Khan, just an asshole. Some people sometimes we're all just assholes. Sometimes we do the wrong thing. That is a fact of being a human being. And so if we keep on trying to dig into it without some compassion, you got to do a little healing first before you can get any more into it. The reasons come to the surface as you heal. Okay. As you are starting to move forward, as you are starting to work through the dreams formula, as you're starting to heal yourself up, the reasons start to become more apparent to you. But right now, if you're not in that place where you can accept it, there's no need for you to even keep digging for it. For what? If you're not there yet, don't worry about it. Come back to it. It'll circle back around. Trust me. All right. Let's see. I think I missed something. Hold on. Let me open this wider. Enlarge the screen. All right. Come on, computer. It's not showing me the comments. Of course, it's not showing me the comments. Hold on. Oh, dang it. It's still not doing it. All right. Look. All right, I had Jamie there. Yeah. Oh, which reminds me, I could see it if you had gone to Facebook, StreamYard.com/Facebook. If you go to that, it will help me out with seeing who said what, because it will show me on my screen. You can just allow them to see your Facebook name and I can see. But otherwise, I got to go back and try and scroll up to see who said what. So if next time you come, go ahead and do that. All right, let's see. Let's see. All right, I can go down. Okay, Darcy. Darcy, hi, Darcy. He said, hi, good evening. Okay, this might sound weird. Should the cheater have consequences if he feels weird just uh, opening back up to him with open arms? Um, do you want a relationship where you're punishing each other? Is that what you want? Is that because you could do wrong too? Do you want to be punished? Do you want to feel like, ooh, I fucked up, so he gets to treat me how he feels like treating me because I hurt him? Is that the way you would want it to be? I feel like we need to go ahead and start how we want to finish. If we don't want a relationship where we're judging each other and we are, giving each other consequences like we're each other's parents, if we don't want that, we shouldn't start off with that. Especially if this is a new thing. All of a sudden, you feel like you're going to dole out consequences to him like you're his mother. After we've been in a relationship for a while, it's probably not the best way to go about it, but you let me know. I mean, what kind of consequences do you think should be implemented? Let me know. Nicole, hello. You said, how do you stop comparing your real life relationship to the affair? It's so hard not to feel less than when I don't get the constant text while he's out of town, yet they text a ridiculous amount in the same situation. Oh, Nicole, you know what? That's the thing, because it was all fantasy. He's sitting there and he's probably controlling a lot of the conversation, and she's just responding with what he wants. So it's all fake. It's all just fantasy. You have a real life relationship. You don't have time to be sitting there texting with him all the damn time. Do you really have time for that? Do you? Like, don't compare your relationship to a fake relationship. Okay. The reason they did that, the reason they go to a fake relationship is so that they don't have the responsibilities of a real relationship. It's not real. It's not actually real. It's nothing at all to be compared to your real, strong marriage, your commitment, your partnership. It's not the same thing. Don't compare to that. And we're not, the whole texting thing while he's out of town, all you got to do is text him a little less. A lot of the time, that's the key thing that will do it. You want to reach out to him, you want to call him, you want to tell him about what's going on with the kids. Don't do that. If he's out of town, text him, good morning. Hey, babe. Hope you have a great day. Love you. And bye. All right. Then at the end of the night, oh, babe, I'm getting ready to climb into the bed. I love you. Hope you've had a great day. Bye. All right. When you do that, he'll be reaching out to you all through the day. It's just a different way of going about it. You'll get the attention. Try that out and see how that works. Okay. Don't call him. Don't text him. Other than first thing in the morning when you wake up. Hey, good morning. No questions in those texts. You heard me. I just said a whole text with no questions whatsoever. Hi, good morning, getting up. Hope you have a great day. Love you. Bye. No questions. All right. Before you go to bed, hey, getting into bed. Love you. Thinking about you. Hope you had a great day. Good night. Okay. Do it like that. He'll reach out to you through the day. He'll be texting you. He'll be like, what are you doing? Because you're not texting him. More than likely, I bet you right now you're texting him a lot. But let me know. Let me know if I'm wrong. Let me know if I'm wrong. If you already said it, I might not have gotten down to it yet. Okay. Mama Kanye says still hurts like heck. Yes, it does. It does. It really does hurt. But the thing is, a lot of the things that hurt us make us stronger. A lot of the things that hurt us show us that we can come through things that we never imagined we could. I would not be here right now. My husband the other day, he was walking with me and he was like, I feel bad about all that I did. I shouldn't have cheated on you. He was like, if I could go back, I would never have done that. But the thing is, if that had never happened, I would have never healed from it and become Superwoman, believed in my goddessness. Okay. I never would have done that. And then I wouldn't have been here to help you. Then I wouldn't be here to actually talk to you about this, to let you know that, hey, you actually can heal from this. Come to find out, it doesn't have to be the way that everybody else tells you it is. It can be great. I wouldn't have gotten to tell you that. And I'm loving being able to tell you that. So it's like, it's all the coulda, shoulda, wouldas. Yeah, it's hard. Yeah, it's difficult, but it's some of the best work you're ever going to do on yourself. All right. It's some of the stuff that will make it very clear to you how fantastic you actually are. So, you gotta, I don't know, you gotta balance it out. You gotta, don't be too upset about the fact that this has happened to you. Something happens to everybody. It could be anything. It could be cancer. It could be a heart attack. It could be being adopted. It could be losing your parents. It could be so many things that could have happened to you, that scarred you, that traumatized you, that you had to get through, and you have to go ahead and become stronger to be able to bear. And okay, that's how it goes. Sometimes we get the hand we're dealt. We do, but it is an opportunity. It's not just some bricks falling on your head. It's an opportunity for you to be a better person than you ever thought you could be. So, I didn't think that I could ever just get past it. I didn't think that, but come to find out, I can. Who knew? Right? And then by doing that, I made my husband feel like, I'm so sorry I made you have to go through all that. Let me make sure that I don't mess this up again. You know? Sorry, we need the connection. I know. Well, the texting and everything, you're not really getting that connection if you're just blabbering on all day. You gotta let him miss you a little bit so he can feel the connection. You feel the connection reaching out all the time, but then you're not letting him feel the connection. Because if you're reaching out all the time, he's not getting that opportunity to miss you, for his brain to say, hey, where the hell is she? Why are you not talking to her? You know you love her. Where is she? You're not giving his brain an opportunity to do that. So if you give yourself that time, just that little bit in the morning, a little bit at night, he'll start to reach out to you. And then you will see that he wants to reach out to you, that he wants to connect with you. But you're getting in the way of him connecting by doing it all the time. Hope that makes sense. Does that make sense? Let me know. All right. Oh, so many questions. I love it. Oh, I love it when there's so many questions to answer. All right, let's see. Diana said, I'm just learning believing on forgiveness and not seeing him as a bad person, but seeing him as a good person that made a mistake. Good. I'm glad you're getting there, Diana. You didn't pick a bad person. You didn't just completely blindly point at somebody who was awful. You chose this person because he was a good person. You wouldn't have picked a sorry person. You wouldn't have done that. You picked this person because you knew that he was a good person. He is still a good person, but good people do the wrong thing all the time. All the time. I guarantee you, I've seen it day in and day out of my life. People who are really good people will still do the wrong thing. So, you just gotta have a little compassion for that. It sucks when you do the wrong thing. Think about that. When you do the wrong thing, you feel horrible inside. And then the other person, yeah, they feel horrible. And they're going to make you feel even more horrible because you made them feel horrible. So it just keeps going back and forth, back and forth. He feels bad. Everybody feels bad when they do the wrong thing. So try to have a little bit of compassion for that, and it will help. Nicole, I know that sounds petty, but I want more. I want to get the most. What? Pain out of him? Is that what did I missed that? Were you trying to get the most punishment? That's what you're trying to say? Oh, you want to get them. Oh, you want to get the most like texts and stuff. Okay, all right. I had to put that back together. Sorry. Um, you will. You will ease up on texting him. It will be better. He'll text you more. But the thing was, he wasn't texting her for her. He was texting her selfishly. He wasn't doing that for her. He wasn't trying to make her happy. He was trying to make himself happy. That is not the way you want him to treat you. Don't sit there and let your fear tell you, oh, he should treat you like the side chick. Oh, hell to the no. Hell no. We are not going to put ourselves even in the position that we are going to say that it's okay for you to treat me like you treat the side chick. No, 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 no. I am not allowing that. Okay. Don't do that to yourself. You are better than the side chick. You need real, genuine connection, not that, oh, here, let me reach out to you and manipulate you so I can get what I want. That is what you're comparing it to. You're comparing it to him doing something awful to somebody else. You think that that felt good. So you're like, oh, yeah, do the awful thing to me. Don't ask him to do terrible things if you don't want him to do terrible things. Don't ask him to do that. All right. Does that make sense? Let me know. All right. Let's see. Darcy said, but because he is grief sick, depression, is that just an excuse to cheat? No, it's not. But it is the fact that that will give you a little bit of compassion for him. If you understand that he is grieving or that he is sick or that he is depressed, you can find some compassion in your heart for understanding that that's just not, oh, I just wanted to screw you over. That is, I'm hurting. I'm trying not to hurt. It doesn't make, there's no excuse. Now, don't ever think that I'm telling you that there's an excuse. There's no excuse. You know damn well what the right thing to do is. He knew what the right thing to do was. So there's no excuse to do the wrong thing if you know damn well what the right thing is to do. But that does not preclude people from doing the wrong thing when they are hurting. Our judgment is not good when we are hurting. You know that now. Right now, in the midst of all of this, your judgment is not the best. You may do things and say things and lash out in ways that you would not intentionally do unless you were hurting. So you have to understand that that is the position that he is in too. He would not have done this had he not been hurting in some way. So, try and have a little bit of compassion for that. You understand what that's like. You are in that position right now that you may say or do things that are not necessarily in your character because you are hurting. And again, there's no excuse for that either, but it is a part of being a human being. Sometimes that happens. Sometimes bad things happen to us and we do the wrong thing. And that's just part of loving another human being, is understanding that about them and accepting that, okay, yes, you are capable of that, just like I'm capable of that. I'm going to love you anyway. Does that make sense? Regina says, my partner is currently a few states away because of work and most likely will be there for 3 to 4 months. And it really sets me on edge since he's disappearing for hours and not answering messages or calls. What can you recommend in these situations? The same thing I was just saying. Do not keep on texting and calling him. Stop doing that. We do not have to do that. We don't have to be completely responsible for all the communication. You are taking too much on yourself and then you're mad that he is not responding in the same way. Don't do that to yourself. You don't have to. You do not have to do that. One time in the morning, texting him, good morning, love you, hope you have a fabulous day today. You can even include something that you're going to do today. Yeah, I got to run to the post office, got to take the kid to ballet. Yeah, I should be back this evening, go get some dinner. Things should go well. I hope you have a great day too. Nighttime before you go to bed. Hey, bed, love you. Get ready to get in this bed, get under these covers. Wish you were here with me. Love you. Good night. Stop texting and calling him all the time. Stop doing that. You don't have to do that. Just because he is away, let him be the one to reach out. If you do this it's usually only about 2 days. Since I've been telling women to do that, one thing in the morning, one in the night, and do not text and call him throughout the day unless it's something like an emergency, something's going on with the kids, something he needs to do, something like now. It has to be an emergency. But other than that, not texting him all throughout the day, not calling him all throughout the day, he'll start texting and calling you. He'll start being like, okay, well, where you at? What you doing? Why you didn't text me? Why haven't you called me? And when you talk to him even then, do not sit there and stay on the phone all day and all night with him. While he's on the phone, be sweet, be open, be glad to hear from him, glad to talk to him, but cut it short, okay? Let him know, hey, babe, I am so glad that you called me. It makes me feel so good and so tinkly inside when you call me, but I gotta go. I gotta run real quick. I got a couple things to do. You go ahead and call me back later if you got time. and leave it again open for him to call you. And then you will know that he wants to talk to you. You will know for sure because he will be actively reaching out to you, calling you, texting you on his own. If you keep making the call all the time, you're not giving him any space to make the call. Okay? Does that make sense? Let me know. Nicole said that makes sense. Okay, good, good. Darcy, would you push some sort of therapy? No. Mm-mm. Therapy doesn't fix it. Therapy doesn't fix what's wrong with you. Therapy might make you find out what it is, but therapy doesn't fix it. Doing different stuff is what fixes it. If you are in trauma, you going to therapy and talking about the trauma does not fix the trauma. Time does not fix the trauma. You actively working on fixing the trauma fixes the trauma. So you can go to therapy if you want to. We didn't. Neither one of us did. As we went along, he did talk to me about some of the things that he probably would have talked to a therapist about. But I didn't try and give him any therapy. I just listened to him. I just listened to what he had to say, let him get things off his chest. As we healed together, he was more open. He was more willing to say some of those things. And he found out, during this whole process that he had bipolar disorder. Come to find out, he had to find out some things about his illness. So, people will go to therapy if they really want to, but it's very hard to push for that. Number one, because you cannot make somebody be ready for therapy. Okay. You can't do that. I don't care if you are like, well, I'm going to put my foot down and we're only going to stay together if you go to therapy. It's not going to benefit them. Okay. You're not asking for that to benefit them. You're asking for it to benefit yourself. And that's not how therapy works. Okay. And for the second thing, what was I going to say? Well, yeah, like I said, therapy doesn't particularly change anything. You have to decide what you want your life to be like and actually start doing the actions of that person instead of the hurt, anxious, stressed, whatever person that you are in the moment that you're talking about it in therapy through. So, I don't push it. I don't think that you have to have it. I think that to be able to heal, that you need to work on your trauma. You need to be being mindful. You need to be paying attention to the thoughts that are going through your head. When your thoughts are just terrible and toxic and nasty, we need to be journaling about that. We need to be paying attention to that. We need to be saying the opposite of what that story is, that terrible story that your brain is telling. You need to tell an opposite one. You need to tell a more positive story than that negative story than you're hearing. Because if you just let your thoughts just continuously be toxic and negative, that's what you got is toxic and negative thoughts. If you never actively change them, they're not going to change. They're just going to keep on being the same way. And then the physical part too, actually healing up your body, healing up your nervous system, getting back in control of the reactions that your body has to trauma. When you do that, you start to heal. So, therapy is nice and all if you can get it. Oh, the other thing about therapy is how difficult it is to get a therapist. Sometimes you just can't do that. I tried, my husband has a documented psychiatric condition. I could not get him into a psychiatrist. They were like, we do not have any openings. It will be a year. It will be a year before we can even consider taking any new clients in. Several places. I was calling around. I was trying to find some place to help him out. After he had gotten his diagnosis, he was feeling bad. He was having a bad moment. So he wasn't completely against therapy at that point because he was feeling so terrible. But I was trying to find it, couldn't find it. So that's another thing too. If you push for, okay, the only reason we'll be okay is if you go to therapy and they can't find a therapist, then what? Now we're just never going to heal? No, that seems like hopeless. Let's not do that. All right. Elise, hi. How do you get past feeling a little foolish for making the decision to stay after being cheated on? The thing is, you got to decide what you want. You're not foolish for getting what you want. We are, hey, Makai's mom. Hey, see you over there on Instagram. Hey, girl. You're not foolish for going after what you want. Aren't we told since we're little bitty girls that we can have what we want? So why is it so wrong for us to want to be with the person that we're with? Why is that wrong? I never did understand why that's so crazy to people. If you can do and be whatever you like, then you can stay in your relationship after infidelity. Like, you got to start, like, if you're going to believe in equality and you're going to believe in our rights as women, you got to believe that you have the right to make a decision that other people wouldn't want. And that's perfectly fine. You can make the same decision that they would make, or you can make the decision that you want to make. It's always better. I feel like it's always better to make the decision that you would want to make for your life, because then you're never sorry. Then you know every day I didn't regret what I did. I know I wanted to stay. This is still the person that I love. I don't regret it. I don't regret it, at least. I remember feeling foolish. I remember the foolishness. I remember that guilt and embarrassment. But I had to keep on talking to myself and be like, but this is what I want, though. I deserve to have what I want. So I'm not going to keep on feeling bad because other people wouldn't want the same thing I want. I don't feel bad when people go vegan. They want something that I don't want. Okay. Why I got to feel bad about that? Why do I have to feel guilt and shame about what somebody else would choose over what I would choose? I'm not going to do that. So, you just got to talk to yourself about it. You got to tell yourself that I am making a sensible decision for my life, for me, for what I want, for my emotions. That's what I'm doing. Be it foolish or not. Let it be foolish. If that's the case, if it has to be foolish, okay, fine. Ain't nobody say there was anything wrong with being a fool for love. Nobody ever said that. There is nothing wrong with that. If you are in that moment and you just want to be a fool for love, I say go for it. Because, this is the only life you get. If you get to be that crazy about somebody, then why not? Why not? If you get to feel that for somebody, even though other people will try and make you feel bad about it, but you feel so strongly about this person that you would forgive them and you would move on even after this, you've got something incredible. Why should you have to give it up? Why should you be embarrassed for wanting to keep it? It's a beautiful thing. So you just got to talk to yourself about it. You got to, the same way you would talk to one of your friends. Hey, don't you feel stupid for your decisions? Your decisions are your decisions. You can choose what you want your life to be as long as you are happy with what you are done. Screw everybody else. And, same way you would talk to your best friend, talk to yourself like that. Hope that makes sense. Let's see. Amanda, how did I make you cry? What did I say? I got the crying face from Amanda. What did I say to you? Oh, goodness. I don't know what I said to get that response, but I'm sorry. All right, Regina said it really does make a lot of sense. LOL. Sometimes the crazy part of me flies out. Girl, it'll just fly out of my mouth too. I understand. I feel you. We named that other part of ourselves. He's got that other part of himself, and I'm like superstitious enough that I don't say them out loud. Okay, I don't say those names out loud because that part of him doesn't like me. Okay, that part of him that did all of that does not like me. We don't get along very well. That part of me that was hurt and was trying to lash out at him, she doesn't like him very much. So I don't call their names, but they're that crazy part of us that will jump out and do random terrible things. Yeah, we gotta control that. Keep them under control. Wrestle them into submission. Don't let them just run your life because they will ruin everything. All right. You're welcome, Darcy. Good. I'm glad that makes sense to you. Elise said that's exactly what I was thinking. Sounds so good hearing it from you. Thank you. I sometimes, I can make it sound good. I want you to see it from a different perspective. I want you to see it like I do, because you're not doing anything wrong. You're not doing anything wrong pursuing what you want. No. Isn't that what they told us we were supposed to do? We were supposed to pursue the life that we want. Happiness. Okay, that's what we're doing. That's exactly what we're doing. All right. So to finish up, let me tell you about the next step of the dreams formula. Okay, we got the decision. We have decided. Amen. Amen over there. I see you, because Mom. The second step of the dreams formula, we got the D, so that's for the decision. Then we got R. That's recognizing and overcoming the fear speech. Okay, fear speech. This is what I call it when you have all those thoughts in your brain that are telling you you're doing something stupid and you're foolish and you should be ashamed of yourself for saying, and he is going to just do it again, and he's going to tear your feelings apart, and he's just going to treat you like a doormat, and how could you ever. That is fear speech, okay? And then on the outside, there's fear speech too. You got it going in your own brain, but everybody else has the exact same response about cheating. We all have that very fearful place about being cheated on. And so other people will respond with the exact same thoughts that are in your head, okay? And it will make you feel like, oh my God, the thoughts in my head are correct. I'm hearing them from other people. But the thing is, the thoughts in your head are based on fear. They're not based in, I love this person. I want to be with this person. I want to grow with this person. I want to grow in forgiveness. All of that. You can't do that if you are reacting in fear. So we've got to recognize that fearful speech. And you can recognize it by the fact that it actually has a physical effect on you. Okay. That was how people always ask me, well, how do you know the difference between your intuition and the fear speech? The fear speech hurts. Doesn't it hurt? Let me know. Give me some likes. Give me some love if you know what I'm talking about. Doesn't the fearful thoughts and the things that other people say, doesn't it hurt you? Doesn't it make your stomach tie up in knots? Doesn't it make your chest tight? Doesn't it make you feel like somebody is grabbing at your throat? It does not feel good. That is fear. That's what it is. Your body is having a response to it. That's how you know that it is fear and not intuition. Intuition is very quiet. Most people don't even hear their intuition. Most people have never really experienced it because we're all dealing with a whole bunch of anxiety and fear and anxiety is loud. Okay? It's screaming at you all the time. Your intuition is quiet. Your intuition is quiet and it's sure. It is not, oh, well, what if? Your intuition don't do what if. If you're like, well, what if this happens? And what if that happens? That's not intuition, that's fear. Okay. Your intuition ain't about what if at all. Your intuition knows. It will tell you a direct message. Hey, get off of this sidewalk. There's going to be a car coming. It will let you know exactly what's happening, exactly what you need to do. Okay, the fear will just scream stuff at you and want you to run and start flailing. Okay, it's not giving you a good plan, and even the plan that it gives you will be something that is all based in fear and that will make you respond really badly and not with love to your mate. And then you respond unlovingly, they respond unlovingly. Now we got a problem. All right. So instead of doing that, instead of listening to the fear, you got to do what you would do if you were healed up. So if your brain is screaming, look at his phone, look at his phone, you've got to be like, okay, if I was all healed up, I wouldn't hear that voice in my head. I wouldn't be worried about looking at his phone. So I shouldn't look at his phone. I should not do that. The voice is screaming, the fear and anxiety is screaming that I should do that. I shouldn't do it. That is not the right path to go down because I know it, because it's screaming at me, because I feel like it's in my chest. I know for sure that does not feel comfortable. That's not the thing I should do. But you got to pay attention. If you're not paying attention, the fear will just slide in every little crack and crevice and make you feel god awful all the time. So, you got to be mindful about your thoughts, about what you're letting just sit in your brain, what you're allowing your brain to say to you. If it is saying something terrible about you in your relationship, fight back. Tell it no. Tell it no. That is an unacceptable thought. That is not a thought we will be thinking from now forward, brain. Here is a different, more positive thought. Every time you want to think that other thought, think this more positive one. And tell your brain what to do. You are the thinker. You are not the thoughts. You are in control of your thoughts. So you must be active in controlling them in order to feel better. All right. So that's the second thing. That fear speech, girl. I'm trying to tell you, if you can sit and you can meditate, and you can pay attention to it, and you can calm yourself and center yourself and do your deep breathing and make it so that every time those thoughts come up, you're like, no, I'm not listening to that. If you keep doing that, your brain will start to pick up on the idea that you don't want to hear all that mess, and it will stop saying it all the time. All right. Now, that is not to say that your brain does not have what's called automatic negative thoughts. Sometimes your brain just tells you something god awful for just no reason. Okay, just absolutely no reason. It'll be like, well, what if you're in a car accident? What if your head gets cut off? It'll just give you a weird ass thought. That happens anyway. And when that happens, you got to recognize that it's just a stray thought, just a weird automatic negative thought that your brain had. It does not mean that something bad is happening to you or in your relationship. All right. What, oh, wait, somebody's wishing something was that easy? What are you wishing that is that easy? Hold on. Amanda said, I wish it were that easy. My situation is a lot more complicated. Oh, girl. I deal with complicated situations day in and day out. I promise you it's not as complicated as you think it is. I promise it's not. There are everybody that says that to me. I'll be like, oh, I heard that story before. So don't stress yourself feeling like, oh, it's super complicated. It can't work out. It is probably a very normal story to have happened. I've probably heard it a couple dozen times already. So make that appointment with me. Message me and make that appointment. You can go to the link that I posted and just pick a day, pick a date, pick a time, and I've got some spaces. So they're going to fill up fast. I don't know how long it's going to be, but if you want to get a free one, if you want to get a freebie session with me and talk to me, come on down. All right. My Cosmo, he said, it just feels good to have women that share the same journey I do and have their crazy moments and fears like I do. Yes, girl. I didn't have that. That's why I made this. I didn't have that when I was going through it. It was like everybody I was talking to was just giving me a hard time about it. And I had exactly one friend from the Navy, Cassandra. Girl, I miss you. But I worked with her in the Naval Hospital, and she said to me one day, I was like going through it, and I was just, I'm crying behind shelves and stuff in the storage room, and she was like, "Okay, wait, you're upset because you think you gotta leave him?" It's like, I don't know if that's the right thing that I should do, and she was like, "You don't have to do that. You don't have to leave him. You can just be with him. You don't have to do that." And I was like, oh, I don't think anybody has said that. I don't think that it ever bumped into my brain that I could just go ahead and stay. She was the first person that just said that out loud, and it felt like that opened up the gate, and I was allowed to want that. I knew that was what I wanted to do, but I was scared to say to myself that that's what I wanted. So, guys, Mom, you said because reading social media and their relationships and hearing so many stories are triggering a lot. Yeah, it is very triggering to listen to other people. It is. That it's hard in the group. It is. It's hard to do this and listen to other women. But I wanted you all to have a place. Okay, you can get all that out, but you can also get some support. You can also get somebody saying, hey, I know that that's hard, but you all can make it. I'm doing the exact same thing. I know how horrible it feels, but I am still sticking it out just like you are. There's nothing for you to be ashamed of. We can work it out. You can work it out, so we can work it out. I know my husband, I told him the other day, I was like, you had a very high degree of difficulty, okay? My husband had a very high level of difficulty. We dealt with everything, okay? The cheating, it was drugs, he went to jail, it was a whole thing, okay? He had lost it for a second. We went through all that. If my husband can get himself together and get on the right track, I know your men can. I know they can. If mine was way off the track, okay? He's way off to the left. If mine can get himself together, yours can too. I promise you, they absolutely can do it. You just got to expect the best. Got to expect the best. Don't automatically assume that something terrible is going to happen going forward. You love this person. You're going to expect them to do the right things, All right. Let's see. Do we have any more questions? Let me see. Oh, I got to refresh. Some people Said being in a group is triggering. Who said that? Oh, said Regina. Oh wait, okay, Miss Lawrence. Miss Lawrence. Hi, Miss Lawrence. How you doing? It's the first time I talk to you, isn't it? Miss Lawrence says, I try so hard to think of the positive thoughts, but the painful feelings won't leave. It is a practicing thing. It is practice. If you can start to recognize it in your body, if you can do that, you can catch it earlier than you are. What is happening probably is you're already gaining momentum with the negative feeling. Even though you're trying to think the positive thoughts, you're starting to gain momentum with the negative feeling. What you got to do is start to slow that momentum down. So if you can catch it in your body, pay attention to how you feel in your body when those painful feelings won't stop, when your brain is going and it won't shut up. Where do you feel it? Is it in here? Is it in your chest? Is it up here in your throat? Do you feel like you can't swallow? You can't talk? Is it down here in your solar plexus? It feels like somebody punched you in the gut and you can't breathe. Where is it in your physical body? If you can catch that feeling as it is starting to develop, your body will tell you ahead of time, before you are fully triggered, before you are rolling downhill with it, getting that momentum. Your body will give you the warning that, hey, my chest is feeling a little tight. Okay, I need to breathe. I need to start working on trying to relax that area. Breathe through that, relax, and get some water, go out and do a little bit of exercise, and wear off some of the adrenaline that is starting, because I'm feeling that feeling. If you can catch it in your body, you can catch it sooner than your brain comprehends it. Okay, does that make sense? Your brain is slower than your body on this. So your body will tell you that something is wrong before your brain can comprehend that something is wrong. So every time you're feeling like that, you're like, the painful feelings won't go away. Where do I feel it in my body? And then when you are just kicking it during the day, first thing when you wake up, check that spot. Is that spot bothering me? Okay, do I need to do some deep breathing? Do I need to get some water? Do I need to take care of myself, do a little self-care? What is it that I need to calm that feeling down? Because if you start from that feeling, then you are working on your physical reaction before your brain even comprehends that, oh, I'm triggered. And so then it's a lot easier to calm it down, because you haven't even got to the point where you realize you triggered yet. All right, that makes sense? I hope that makes sense. It won't let you click the link. I don't know why it's doing that. It was working earlier today. Or is it as a specific time? It might be the specific time. Let me know. Regina, hi. Said that this group can be very triggering. Oh, girl, yes, it can. But personally, it helps me knowing someone else knows what I'm going through. Someone actually understands and isn't just shouting at me to leave them. Exactly, right? Because every other group is like that. I was before I made this group, I was going around and looking at other groups. It was so many people just discouraging, like, oh, you're just stupid and you shouldn't stay, and oh my god, all the fear speech just at you in your face. And that's not helpful. It's really not helpful for you. I know that it is a scary thing to do. I know this is, but life is made up of a whole bunch of scary things. If you never do the scary thing, you're not going to get the rewards for the scary thing. Okay. So this is one of those things where you can choose what you want your life to look like. And in spite of the fact that it is scary, you continue through with that path and your life will look the way that you wanted it to look, regardless of the fear. The fear be damned. Okay. It will look the way that you want it to look, because you have persistently gone after what you want your life to actually look like. So, fear, that everything you want is on the other side of that fear. Push through. All right. Anything else? Any other comments, questions, complaints, thoughts? I want it from you. Let me know if something's wrong with the link. Let me know. But it was working. People were able to sign up before. But message me if it's still not working. You can't You said it could be your phone? Yeah. Message me and let me know, okay? And we will hook it up. We will get you a spot. All right, Ms. Lawrence, that makes sense to you. Okay, good, good, good. I'm glad. Yeah, just start checking in with your body a little bit earlier. You're going to do five times a day doing your deep breathing. So every time you're about to do your deep breathing, check your body, scan it, go over the whole thing. You're like, okay, is there tension in my jaw? Are my shoulders all the way up to my ears? Is my tongue on the roof of my mouth? Does it feel like I can't talk? Does it feel like my heart is gonna bust out of my chest? Does it feel like I got punched in the gut? What am I feeling? What is happening to me? If you pay attention to that before you're actually triggered, you're gonna catch that trigger a lot sooner. Because mom said, I thank God I found your group, Dasha. Oh, thank you. I'm glad you got here too. Says I saw these groups. I saw these groups, and I saw those groups too. This is the best ever to be here to have you. Oh, I love doing this. I do. This is gonna be my full-time gig after this year. I was a nurse for 20 years. This is going to be what I do full-time to heal people from now on. And it was fun being a nurse. I'm gonna renew my nursing license next month, but I'm not gonna be a nurse anymore. I'm gonna do this full-time. I'm gonna help people full-time because this is so good. I love talking to you all. I love talking to women who, number one, know what they want. Okay. And they're not going to let what other people say stand in their way. That's the type of friends I like. I'm not for that. Oh, well, they said I couldn't do it, so I can't do it. No, you can't be my friend if you're like that because they said you couldn't do it. No, and I'm one of those women. I said it could be done and I did it. I didn't care how many people were telling me that it couldn't be done. I was going to do it. So, I like women like that. And I like women who want to go after what they want for love. You know, yeah, this is hard. Yeah, it is. But if you've got to love, my company name, my actual company name is called Love Worth Keeping. That's what you got, then you should keep it. You should enjoy it. You should run with it. You should be joyous about it. So what if something bad happened? If you've got a love worth keeping, keep it. Like, I don't see why you would have to give it up. If it's something that you really love, somebody that you really love, you should have that. There is no reason in the world why you shouldn't have who you love. If they love you too, they could make mistakes. You're going to make mistakes too. And then we're going to love each other continuously. So, we're all working towards the concept of unconditional love. I think we're all working towards that. And I appreciate people who are doing that. I appreciate that people feel like that's a high level of difficulty, but I'm going to do it anyway. I'm going to try it anyhow. I'm going to go for unconditional love as hard as I possibly can. And I may not make it, but I'm going to go for forgiveness. I'm going to go for love. I'm going to go for understanding and compassion. I'm going to go for openness and vulnerability. I love every bit of that. I love that you all are so happy with your person that even in this pain, you still don't want to give up the happy. I feel like, I'm honored to be able to help you. I'm honored to be able to sit here and talk to you and fix this. All right. Still not working. You hate technology. Girl, I do too. I don't know why it's doing that. Cut it. It's giving me a hard time. Of course it's giving you a hard time. Why wouldn't it give you a hard time? Let me see if I can open it up. Nakai's mom, you said last thing what? What's the last thing? Let me know. What happens? Okay, let me try an incognito window. Make sure, because this was working. People were signing up and everything. I don't know why it's not working now. It's feeling itself. See, it goes to it for me. I just put it in an incognito window, and it does it for me. I don't know what it's doing over there. Let's see. Got Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. There's a day. I don't know why Friday is up there because I didn't say Friday, but uh, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. I'm doing it for the next 5 days. So, because on the 19th, my mother, that's my Thirsty Thursday. My mother is graduating from Princeton Seminary. She is in the theological school. She is graduating on the 20th. So, we're going up to New Jersey on the 19th so we can go to see my mom graduate from Princeton. Oh, I'm enjoying it. I'm just gonna keep bragging about that. But yeah, it worked for me. I don't know why it's doing that. But yeah. So I don't know why it's showing the 19th, but I'm gonna take that off. But in the meantime, Amanda just messaged me. We will figure it out. Doggone it. We got this. Just message Love Coach Dasha. It said won't let me click it or copy. I'm in bed sick, so anytime and day before Monday works for me. Okay, message me. Message the Love Coach Dasha. Well, shoot, can you message me from there? If not, I'm Dasha. Dasha Elkerson is my name. That's at the top of the live too. So you can click on that profile or click on the Love Coach Dasha one and just message me. We'll figure it out. I got you. Anytime before Monday. Okay. All right. Mrs. Lawrence says, I know that I love him and I'm not going to give up on our marriage, but why is it so hard to forgive him? Because you want to reserve the right to be mad about it. That's all it is. Forgiveness is letting go of the resentment, letting go of the pain, deciding like, okay, yes, they did hurt me, but I'm going to let that go now. It is hard to do that because trauma doesn't like that. Trauma doesn't want you to let go of the pain because if you let go of the pain, then you might forget that this happened and this same thing might happen to you again and you might experience this same pain again. So you can't forgive because then that's saying that you're letting it go. And that's great for trauma and everything, but it's not great for you. It doesn't let you move on. It doesn't let you go ahead and just enjoy your life because you're constantly holding on to something from the past. So you can't ever actually move into your future. You're getting tethered back to the past and it keeps yanking you back instead of allowing you to grow and go forward. So you love him, all right? You would want to be forgiven, right? So you got to come up with a way in your heart. Like, okay, I'm going to forgive him and just say it every day. Say, okay, first thing in the morning when you wake up, I totally forgive him. I forgive him for what he did. I understand exactly what he did. I know that he did this from pain. I'm going to let it go today and just let it go for the day. And then, all right, if you want to pick it back up again tomorrow, all right, fine. But it's not fun to keep picking that baggage up. So you'll realize that you're lighter without it, and then it'll be easier to put it down for longer. Does that make sense? In pain, my old stomping ground, said Mama God. Does that mean never talk about it again? No, it doesn't. We talk about it. We do talk about it now. But you're going to have to give yourself some time to heal first before you can talk about it to actually make any point. You can keep talking about it and talking about it and talking about it, but it's not going to get you anywhere as in your healing. You got to make some progress in your healing, and then you're coming at it from a different perspective. In the perspective that you're in right now, I'm hurt, you hurt me. That's all you can really understand about this. But if you get a little ways out and I'm not hurt anymore, and I'm not so hurt anymore. I'm feeling better. I'm not so hurt. I'm more towards forgiving than I am towards not forgiving. From that place, instead of from this place where you're already hurting, from that place, you're going to see things differently. So then when you talk about it, you will see and understand things better than you ever did before. So you got to give it a rest for a little while. You got to give it a little bit of time so that we're not talking about it all the time. We are talking about normal things. We are moving forward with our lives and we are healing up. And then as we are healing, sometimes it will come up. Sometimes it will be a thing. Sometimes it will be that you get triggered and you start yelling. It does come up during your lifetime, but that doesn't mean that you need to keep being the person that brings it up all the time. You don't need to keep holding on to it so tight. You don't have to do that. You can let it go for a while so that you can work on your own healing. That doesn't mean that you're going to be hurt again. It just means that that is in the way. Holding on to that thing, I'm holding this pain in my hand. That means that I don't have two hands free to be able to work on my healing. So I need to set that down for a little while, work on my healing for a bit, try and get to a better place in my healing, and then I can pick that up again. I can look at it again. I can see it in a different way again. And so now I see it differently. Now we can have a different conversation than we were having, just screaming at each other, trying to understand what had happened. Does that make sense? It doesn't mean don't ever talk about it. You will talk about it. And I got to the point where even my husband doesn't even get defensive about it at all anymore. We had spaced it out, and then we talked about it some more, and then there was some space where we weren't talking about it. Then we talked about it some more. Over the years, we have talked about it a lot. We have talked about it a whole bunch over the years. You will talk about it a lot, but you're trying to get all the talking about it done now. It's not going to all fit in right now. Right? Does that make sense? You all let me know. All right. That you got me crying. Oh, I know I'm sorry I got you crying, but I hope you feel better. Like Darcy said, hugs to you. I know it's hard. It's so difficult. It really is. But this is the person that you love. And I'm like, if you're going to do something difficult, might it be for the person that you love? Like, hey, you could do it for yourself. Yeah. But if you're going to love and forgive, then okay, who better than the person, your person? Like, who better to do it for? I don't see why we have to argue about it. I don't see why we have to feel bad about it. This is your person. You are perfectly reasonable in wanting to be with them and wanting to forgive them and wanting to work things out. You're not doing anything wrong. All right. Let me know. Amanda, make sure you message me. Anybody else, message me if the link doesn't work. And I don't know, because hold on, let me click it over here. Because it's giving me the right. Yeah, it went. Yeah, it went to the thing. I don't know. I just clicked directly on it and it went right to it. So if you're having trouble with the link, go ahead and message me and we will get you set up. We will hook you up. I am doing one-on-one sessions for like 5 days. So jump in on it. If you want to get some free advice, you feel like you might want to work with me. You might want to talk to me just to see if I'm the coach for you. And you might decide that you want to jump in on one of my programs. My one-to-one program is open right now. So hey, if you are interested, let me know. All right. I think that's about it. You got any other questions, comments, thoughts, complaints? If not, let me tell you about affirmations real quick. You need to be doing your affirmations, okay? The same way you need to be doing your deep breathing and your journaling and your gratitude and not asking all those doggone questions. You need to be doing affirmations. Every day, whatever you tell your brain is an affirmation. Whatever you repeatedly say to it and you believe and you are making up the story in your head, it is an affirmation, even if it is horrible, even if it makes you feel terrible, all right? We have to go for positive affirmations to be able to change our brain after trauma. The trauma will tell you you're not good enough. You're ugly. You're fat. He didn't want you. You've got to say every day, hey, I am beautiful. I am gorgeous. I am desired. I am feminine. I am a queen among women. Of course he wants me. You have to tell your brain the opposite of the negative thoughts. Those thoughts are automatic, all right? You have to make a choice that you are going to say good things about yourself and not allow your brain to talk down about you. All right. So anything you affirm to your brain is an affirmation, good or bad. So make sure that you're doing good ones. So got a card for you today for affirmation. It says, today I am brilliant. I like that one. I say that about myself a lot. I tell myself all the time that I am brilliant. It says, today, every idea I have is creative, thoughtful, and full of potential. Oh, I like that one. I'm keeping that one. That one's going on the mirror. All right. That is a really good affirmation. Today, I am brilliant. Today, every idea I have is creative, thoughtful, and full of potential. Today, I am brilliant. Today, every idea I have is creative, thoughtful, and full of potential. I am all the way for that. I'm feeling that one. I'm about to just post that one up on my mirror so I remember that. Whatever your affirmation is, say it to yourself daily. Say it to yourself. Look yourself in the eye and say it to yourself like you are saying it to your very best friend, and you want her to believe you with all your heart. You are giving your brain something to hold on to. You are giving it an image of you believing in you. When you do that, your brain can go back and check in and say, hey, she said she's brilliant. She said that she is brilliant. I guess she is brilliant. Let's start acting brilliantly. And your brain will change along with your idea of yourself. But if you don't change that idea, guess what? It is completely in control and will continue to go on with the negative thoughts. And we don't need that. We don't need that. Miss Lawrence, you said one more. One more. I see the change, and some days I embrace it, and others downhill, like I love it here and then I hate it. All right, you got to keep in mind your vision for your future. You've seen the change. You know you are headed in the direction that you wanted to be going in. Yes, you are here and you don't like the fact that you have to be here. That it makes complete sense. Nobody likes to be in a bad position. Nobody likes to be having to heal. But that's where we are right now. All right. But things are going well. Things are headed in the right direction. Sit down with your journal and write down how things would be when you are all healed up, when you are happy and healed and things are going well and things are wonderful between the two of you. What is that like? Write down details. You know, I never worry about what he's doing on his phone. He can sit in the bathroom and talk on his phone if he wants to, and I don't even stress about it. And he can play his video game, and I don't concern myself if he's talking to somebody on his video game. You know, whatever. All of the healed part, you need to be thinking about that. And then everything that you do needs to be in that direction. If you find yourself wandering off into the woods, not on the healing path, you can figure out where you went wrong and come back to the path because you've written it down, because you know exactly what you want your life to look like. You've giving yourself that blueprint. Okay, that's the map. Go that way. So that's my big thing. Go ahead and sit down and figure out exactly how you would feel, who you would be if it were all better. All right. And if you were all better and you thought about him cheating, would you get mad at him? No, right? If you were healed up and you thought about him cheating, you would do some deep breathing. You would say that is in the past. It sucked that he did that, but he's not doing it now. He's doing better. We're doing better as a couple. Things are going okay. You're giving yourself the reality of the situation instead of that painful past that has already happened. That is not the part that's happening right now. We got to be looking forward to what we need to do to get to that future that we want. Does that make sense? Let me know. I know sometimes I hate it here too. I know. But he's still your honey. He's your person. And do you really want to be without him? No. So I can be mad. Yeah. But he's still my person. I still want to be with him. He's still going to get on my nerves. Why can't I just be happy about that? Why can't I just go ahead and have that? All right. Darcy, love my positivity. Girl, I had to cultivate it. This was practice, okay? So everything that I'm telling you is practice. Everything that I'm doing is practice. I had to practice being positive. If you continuously look for the good thing, your brain will take over. Your brain will be like, hey, every day she is constantly looking for the good thing. So here, let's serve up some good things for her to notice, because she keeps saying all the good things. She keeps making us pay attention to the good things. We should pay attention to that too. If you do it consistently, constantly try and change your mind around from that negative to that positive, your brain will start to help you, but you got to do it consistently enough that your brain is like, Oh, that's what she wants. Let's give it to her and then it will help you. But, it took a while. It took a little practice, took a little thing. I got there. I did get there. I used to have bad anxiety, terrible anxiety. I used to have like anxiety attacks like a couple times a day. Like, I'm running up hospital bills going to the ER because my heart is going to beat out of my chest. And I had to find out, I was like, what the hell is this? I remember I was young. My mother took me to a cardiologist. They had me in a Holter monitor and everything because they thought something was actually wrong with my heart. I was having panic attacks. So, I've been through the bad part. I have. I know how to get to the good part, and it's all practice. It's all repeatedly doing positive things, dealing with the anxiety, do your deep breathing, and you will get to a better place. But you have to be focused on what it is that you want. If you want to feel bad, then okay, fine. You just can sit and feel bad. You can keep on thinking about the bad stuff. You can keep on thinking about the pain and sorrow. You could do that if you really, really wanted to, but I didn't want to do that. So I started doing the opposite of that. And it works. It really does. You can be positive like me too. You really can. It just takes a little practice. Ms. Lawrence, you're welcome. You're welcome. I'm glad I can be of service. I love doing this. I love these lives. I love having all you all talk to me. My husband always calls this my long night. He was like, okay, you're gonna be in there for a couple hours. I know. I love it. I love every bit of it. I love being able to talk to you all because I want you to know. I don't want to gatekeep any information. I want you to know how to right now start healing. Not continuing to feel bad forever and ever and ever. You don't have to do that. You have already been through enough pain. You have already allowed yourself to be in enough pain. Now it's time for you to heal. Now it's time for you to move forward. You've already been the person that you needed to be to survive. All right. We got to work on being the person you need to be to thrive, to be better, to grow, to come from this and say, you know what? It sucked that had to happen to me, but that was an experience that changed me and made me a better person. And I grew from it. So, okay. Yeah, it sucked that it had to happen, but it was also for me. It was also an experience that had to happen to me to get me to the place that I am in right now. And that's where it is for me. I want you to get to that place with me. All right. I want you to join me over here in Healed. Healed is a beautiful place. Okay. I'm trying to show you all the healing path to get to Healed. Okay. Healed feels so good. Healed is so much fun. Healed is so much less stressful. All that anger, all of that yelling, all of that trying to reason, all of that. I don't have to do any of that anymore. Okay. So I want you to get here with me. I want you to join me in Healed, and I will come along that healing path with you. I will come and grab your hand and drag you along the path if you really need me to. I do not mind that. All right. You see any other questions, comments, thoughts, complaints? Nope. All right. Well, I'll call it then because we're well past the healing hour. We're at an hour and 40 minutes now. But like I said, I love talking to you all. Don't feel like you need to be a stranger. Don't feel like you can't come to me. Talk to me. Message me. I have lots and lots of specials. I have a variety of ways that I can help you. If the money is tight, I got something for that. If you're like, hey, I need you one-on-one all the time, I got something for that too. So don't feel like you just can't ask me. Ask me about it, okay? I will help you. I want to help you. I want to help 1,000 women get out of pain this year, and I'm already at May. So, hey, I need to keep on going. All right. All right. That's it. That's all I got for you. Thank you so much for joining me for the Healing Hour Live. Message me if you need me, if you want to work with me, if you want to grab one of my free spots. As long as you coming, come on down, girl. I got you. We are going to work it out. Let me know if you need me. I am here for you. I want to explain this stuff to you. I want you to be out of pain. I do. I don't feel like you should have to suffer any more than you have already suffered. You've suffered plenty, okay? Plenty of it. You've got plenty. You need to come back to the healing path now, all right? So she's coming to Healed. Everybody else who wants to come to Healed, send me a message. Mrs. Lawrence says she coming. So if you want to come on, talk to me. I will show you the way, the path down to Healed, and we'll all get there, and we'll be happy with our mates, and we'll be in love, and we'll be having wonderful times and good sex and lots of fun dates and all of the things. In the text messages, all of the things. You can get all of the things, okay? All right. Is that supposed to be amen, Mama Khan? It said I am. I think it corrected you. All right, girl. That's it. Oh, shoot. Oh, I missed the question. Oh, no. I'm sorry, Christine. One more. I'll do this one more because I missed that one. I forgot. I was going through. All right. Christine said all the advantages of staying. Oh, we were talking about that. Okay, good. I feel like we hear all the reasons we should leave. For me, leaving him or / being without him in my life seemed way harder than doing the work to make it work. Yeah, it is. That's the whole thing. It's weighing it out. It's figuring out, do I really want to suffer without him? I'm going to suffer anyway. We got suffering that's coming up. Do I want to do it with the person I love or without the person I love? I'd rather do it with the person I love. Yeah, that makes sense. So when I first joined the group, someone told me to leave and love myself more. If y'all only knew the amount of work I did on myself and my past hurts before I even met him. Christine, I know what you're talking about, girl. I had worked on a lot of my own stuff. And then, and like I said, I had really bad anxiety. And when I came to this point, when he did all of this, I recognized that feeling. I was like, that's anxiety. That's the same feeling I have when I have a panic attack. It feels like, something's trying to get out of my chest. I know the things to do to help that. Let me start doing my deep breathing again. Let me do my journaling. Let me calm myself. Let me go ahead and try and focus on what I really want. I'm going to get past this like I did with the anxiety. You're not doing anything wrong. You are loving yourself, giving yourself what you love. Like, how is it not loving yourself to be with the person that you love? Why break your own heart to not be with the person that you love? Like, why? Why do that? You don't have to do that. Don't feel ashamed about that. I feel like I am a feminist and I feel like women can have all of the things that we want, all of the things that we are dreaming about. We can have them all. And just because you want something that somebody else wouldn't want doesn't mean that you shouldn't have it, right? That's just my 2 cents. That's the way I feel about it. I hope that you feel the same way. I don't want you to be suffering and not getting what you want just because other people feel like you shouldn't have it or they wouldn't want it. So what? If they wouldn't want it, you can have more. There you go. All right. Okay. I think I got all the questions now. Oh, I was so happy to tell you. Thank you all for coming. Oh, this always makes me feel so good to be able to talk to you. I love this. You make sure you message me if you need me. If you want to get on my calendar, go ahead and click that link, pick a day and a time, and I will talk to you. We will talk. We will have a free session. You will get some help to get past this pain. All right. All right, y'all. That's it. Thank you so much for joining me for the Healing Hour Live. I will be next week, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for the Healing Hour Live. Until then, do not do what the pain tells you to do and the fear tells you to do. And I love you. And I'm so, so proud of you for doing this, for loving who you love and going for what you want. I'm so proud of you for that. All right? All right, girls. Bye. Bye on Instagram. And bye over here on Facebook and YouTube.